Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
In Superior Court, jury selection for a sexual assault case has begun.
He's flying off to Washington just in time to pack his congressional bags and come home.
And the night is illuminated to raise awareness for those in crisis.
And in sports, a lifelong passion as its origin story atop the waves.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
We said we'd never break the 3-second rule. We'd never make a separate dinner. And never do that. We'd never let them sleep in our room. And never become a minivan mom. Hey, Chris. Okay, well, I'm not at my desk right now. As parents, we say never a lot, but never happens. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, know it can happen. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
Hafaday and Tito, tonight's top story. The jury trial in a sexual assault case begins today in Superior Court. Jury selection began this morning in the case of the CNMI versus William Abrazinskas. In June 2023, he was charged with sexual assault in the first degree, assault and battery, and disturbing the peace. Abrazinskas was a law clerk for Judge Kenneth Govendo when the CNMI filed charges last year and had filed an employment complaint against the alleged victim. A number of court personnel are expected to be called as witnesses. Today, the courtroom was filled with over 60 people during the process of jury selection. Judge Pro Tem Elise Iriarte from the Judiciary of Guam asked a panel of 20 potential jurors to state their name, occupation, education background, and marital status. Attorney Franny Demapan, representing the people of the Commonwealth, asked questions like, does anyone know this case through the press? Has anyone had training in the legal field? And have you or your family members had a negative experience with law enforcement? She explained that there are no right or wrong answers as this is not a test. In the end, 6 jurors and 2 alternatives who are deemed fair and impartial will be chosen for this case. The trial continues with opening arguments.
Congressman Sablan heads back to the nation's capital as he begins the task of closing down the office. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Any goals for the CNMI, like as far as legislation? Is there anything that's going to happen in the next month or two?
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see anything happening for us, but there'll be some things down the pipeline.
What do you see for the new delegate? What do you see as the biggest sort of goal for the CNMI in the coming legislative year?
Look, we as a community, need to make some decisions whether we still want to continue with this temporary workforce, on our CWs. I think we still need it. If I was in Congress, I'd go for that. I'd fight for that and get it. Maybe not 15,000, but yeah, we still need workers. We're still, not just us, but as the territorial delegates, we're still trying to get us into the food program, like Medicaid program, so we don't have to be placed on a cap and limit our expenditures. And so those are the kind of things that they should be looking at. We've made some strides on Medicaid. We're not there yet, but we made some strides.
How are you feeling personally as you head towards this fall and you're not running for election for the first time?
I feel good, actually. I feel good, but I feel grateful.
The societal pressures of having to stay strong and keeping emotions at bay is a thing of the past. Seeking help is accepted now more than ever. On Friday, September 6th, a walk to raise awareness was held at Garpan Fishing Base. The fourth annual Light Up the Night event included organizers and members of the community coming together, sharing resources and support.
My name is Esther Muña. I am the Chief Executive Officer for the Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation, which is actually managing also the Community Guidance Center that works on behavioral health, mental health services. We had a proclamation the other day, and really to emphasize that recovery is a reality, recovery is a possibility, and we are here to share that there's hope. There's suicide prevention. We are here to share resources.
Muña shares a national network of local crisis centers. It's free, confidential, and open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
988 is a crisis lifeline. It's basically a number you call similar to 911. So 988, in fact, September 8 is considered 988 Day. So it's really just a place where you can call, you can text, you can go online, and really just kind of, share your event. And so someone can reach out and help you out.
Years of dedication and service continues as community guidance members spread awareness.
My name is Anna Ada. I am from the CHC Community Guidance Center Suicide Prevention Program for the last 8 years. So we partner with the public school system, JROTC, and they usually lead the walk.
Monterey! Monterey! It's good as gold! It's good as gold!
Ada says that suicide prevention has been in collaboration with Substance Use Recovery Month the past couple of years.
It's Recovery Month, so we kind of merged it since last year. So there's two things going on tonight. So it's really Light Up the Night, Hope in Recovery is our theme.
She encourages those in distress to reach out as there are brighter days ahead.
To come and seek help because it does work. To date, since we opened our doors in 2018, we have provided services to about 700 people of all ages. So there is hope and there is something to look for in life.
Personal experience sparked the beginning of this movement.
My name is Sharina Clark, and I'm a mental health counselor with the Suicide Prevention Program under the Community Guidance Center, Commonwealth Healthcare Corporation.
Clark says roadside waving is not enough and more outreach needs to be done.
So 4 years ago, I had the idea to start this walk to really engage more community members to promote suicide awareness, because I am a suicide attempt survivor. And I wanted to do something to engage everyone and really promote the activity with our youth and the rest of our community, highlight prevention and the importance of seeking help if anyone is in need of it. The services we provide are free, and it's open to anyone. We've served clients as young as 7 and as old as 78. So I think it's important that that's known by the community, and there is no shame in seeking mental health services, especially if you're struggling.
The stigma of shame behind speaking up has changed, but there's still no way of knowing what goes on in someone's mind.
And it's important that we check in on our loved ones, right? We check in on our friends, even if we think they're doing okay, sometimes they aren't.
Light Up the Night will be coming to Tinian and Rhoda this week and next week, Friday.
Coming up, they say that to err is human, but to love your best friend, that's humane.
And the community unites for a cleanup in Tonopeg. Next on the Channel 2 News.
If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
I love Marianne's coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Welcome back, CNMI. It has been said by more than one wise person that if you want to become more human, simply adopt a pet. The last doggy census on Saipan took place in 2014 with over 21,000 dogs counted. It's estimated that a similar number remains today. First brought here as soldiers' companions during World War II, what we now know as boonie dogs have been living beside their people here for 80 years. And for the last year, the Saipan Humane Society has been bringing life-improving services to island dogs and their people.
Lauren Cabrera.
And we are where?
Saipan Humane Society.
And this is a clinic, is it not?
This is a clinic.
And is it the only clinic on the island?
There is actually one other clinic, Saipan Cares for Animals, but they're not open consistently.
Right. I was in the island 20 years ago. What is the difference between the island 20 years ago and today for pets?
I would say the difference between 20 years ago and today is that there's a growing number of people who really treat their pets like family.
There are still wild dogs on the island.
The dog control shelter in Esperito, their main duty is to take in dogs off the street that are sick, injured, causing a nuisance, biting people. So they bring in a lot of dogs every week. And of course, there's not so many adopters. So the majority of the dogs are euthanized. But we do work together to try to find homes for some of them.
How does that make you feel?
It's definitely hard to euthanize animals, especially when you're like building a life around loving them so much. But I've seen what happens when there's no access to euthanasia, and I've seen what happens to animals who live on the streets and slowly get sick and die, or get attacked by dogs or hit by cars. And I think it's much better to go in a peaceful way instead of suffer.
The Humane Society serves the pets of the community. What do people not know?
I think one thing to be clear to people about is that we exist. You know, if your dog has hair loss, or if it stops eating, or it gets really skinny, or it has ticks, you can bring them to us and we can help.
Is there a cost?
Yeah, there is a cost. This is a low-cost clinic, especially when you compare it to clinics stateside. But of course, we have to keep the doors open here as well, so there is a cost.
Yeah.
But if you're not able to afford the cost, you just need to talk to us, and we will never deny care, life-saving care to a pet.
This feels like a calling for you.
I have always loved animals. I got my first Boonie dog in 2012 when I lived here, and I brought her stateside with me. I was in nurse practitioner school at the time, and then I worked in human medicine for years. And then in 2021, I went on maternity leave, and I never went back to human medicine. I just stuck with animals. Yeah. And then when we moved here, there's no vet, and so I just ended up kind of filling the role. And it's very much taken over my life.
So you are doing veterinary services here?
We are under the virtual supervision of veterinarians who mentor us stateside. They volunteer their time, and on Guam. So when we have clients come in and we don't know what to do, we'll send them videos and summaries about the case and ask them for help. And we bring in visiting vets as much as we can.
What should people know about feeding dogs?
I would stay away from chicken bones. It can cause a lot of problems because you think they break out like toothpicks and then they're poking the inside of your dog. However, I know not everybody can afford dog food because it's really expensive. So I would just either, if you can afford dog food, great. If not, leftovers are good. Just stay away from the bones.
And you two are?
I'm Ruby Ma. I'm the co-founder of Saipan Humane Society and director of clinical service.
And this is?
And this is Nugget, our current clinic dog.
What should we do if we are looking to adopt a dog?
When we adopt a dog, our life had one more dog. But in dog eyes and in their life, their whole world become us. So we need to treat them well, make sure we provide the same love, as much as we give to our family.
There's an endless supply of dogs here. So there's plenty available for adoption. If you're looking for a dog, you can always reach out to Boonie Babies Rescue. They have dogs that are very well trained available for adoption. And you can also visit the animal shelter and see who they have. And usually every week I go through with the staff there and we set aside very friendly, healthy dogs, and we give them flea and tick medicine and deworm them, and we try to promote them for adoption.
The Saipan Humane Society in Garapan provides low-cost animal services. You can visit their website at saipanhumanesociety.org.
All Souls Day is less than 2 months away. The mayor's office, along with community members, have mobilized a cleanup of an overgrown Tonopah cemetery.
Tonopah Cemetery opened in 1947 and is the final resting place for the residents of this community. Jaden Sanchez, Public Information Officer for the Saipan Mayor's Office.
So basically, it's a sort of a volunteer cleanup day for the Tonopah Cemetery. We're in cooperation with the Commonwealth Health Center's Environmental Health and Protection Division. And basically what we wanted to do is just wanted to help out the community, prepare for All Souls Day. I know that's a couple months down the line, but it gives them a chance to prepare way ahead of time, and just basically beautify this cemetery.
Volunteer staff from the mayor's office, along with CHC and local residents, worked all day to clean the area.
Mayor's office is here for you guys. Mayor's office is here for the community. We'll keep doing this as long as we can, and stay safe, Saipan.
Ray De La Cruz.
The mayor's office will have the ability and the heavy equipment and the personnel to load it up, get it out of the way so that it will be less work 2 months from now when All Saints and All Souls Day begins, November 1st and November 2nd. And that's what everybody will be coming in here for, a week before, 2 weeks before, to clean up. But then hopefully we will be able to clean it up now so that it will be less work for all of them to work on.
Mr. De La Cruz is offering his time and efforts for a reason.
I just want to help because when we get to the Talancanoa Cemetery, that's where my folks are, my grandfather, my parents, and relatives. And I want to be able to extend my time here, volunteering for the mayor's office, with the mayor's office. And there's general public that are actually coming out and cleaning what they need to do and knowing that they have the support of the mayor's office with heavy equipment and personnel.
This cleanup is also a personal act for Benji Maratita.
Actually, my grandfather is buried here, so I'm really just out here also to kind of help everybody else out.
What's his name?
Jose C. Sablan. Rest in peace. He died in April this year. So, yep, coming up. So, really just, it's nice to be out here also, really just to support everybody else.
All Souls Day arrives on the first day of November. The Tonopah Cemetery will certainly be ready for visitors. You know Minami, yes? But next in sports, Minami, well, she may be small in stature, but she's big in heart. That's coming up.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Dreams just like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings used to be so stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights, I'ma need the off-whites. Play with the fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got desires that keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth, where's your worth?
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone, I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans, let's ride some waves. Start them young and watch them flourish. A father's story about his daughter's passion. Let's take a look. John Kramer, former SEA director at Pacific Islands Club Saipan, speaks about his daughter Minami, her origin story on surfing and lifelong passion.
I'd say she started when she was about 3 years old at Sugar Dock in Saipan. And it started out with her on the front of my board, a long board, and then she'd lay down and we'd surf and she'd just hang on to the board. And then as it progressed, she had a life jacket on and I'd just grab her life jacket and stand her up. And that's how she started getting in the water and surfing.
Now 20, Minami has been surfing for 17 years, and Kramer says she's been surfing the whole time except when she tore her ACL.
Next week she's competing in a competition in Santa Barbara area. I think it's it's focused on, it's between all the lifeguards. I think it's something for the people that she works with. It's a competition. But also coming up, she's getting ready to start fall semester or quarter at UC Santa Barbara, and she's part of the surf team there. And next month, I think she has a couple events coming up at Ventura and Rincon.
Kramer says Minami's training, and training hard. She recently did a 14-mile paddle along with some friends.
She's sore. I wouldn't do it.
The people you surround yourself with matters. Kramer, a proud father, says that Minami has a lot of people that support her.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Please be advised that due to wet weather, the National Weather Service has given a hazardous conditions warning due to possible area flooding from 6 p.m. tonight until 6 p.m. on Thursday, September the 12th. Tonight, there will be an 80% chance of heavy showers with lows around 77, winds from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tuesday will also have an 80% chance of heavy showers with highs of 84 and lows of 77. The sun will set tonight at 6:23 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:05 a.m. It will most likely be very wet as the sun attempts to crest the horizon, inviting all to stay in bed and celebrate deep, deep slumber. But no! We must face the day, even if it means getting our zoris wet. So, I will see you in the water, but only in the water that is puddled on the land. Well, that's news, sports, and weather. We will be back with you
Wednesday.